My name is Marni Levitt, and I am one of the innovators in mindfulness through the arts for young children. So teaching mindfulness skills and concepts and ways of being to young people using music and movement and creativity. So I've worked with young children for many years, both independently and with the Toronto District School Board, and most recently with MindfulnessEveryday. So I lead programs for young children in schools, community settings, and I also lead programs for adults who work with young children, adults who are interested in learning my method of teaching mindfulness through the arts, through music, movement, stories, and creativity, which is the best way to teach anything to young children, I believe, and especially mindfulness, which deals with human consciousness. So it's something that is can be quite abstract, and how can we make it concrete and easy to understand these complex things. So when we're talking about bringing mindfulness into the schools or teaching mindfulness to children, I would rather reframe it as bringing mindfulness out of people, bringing mindfulness out of young children, because it's there. So this is a human capacity that we all have, and it's completely natural. It's inherent in all of us. It might be a little bit latent if we're not encouraged to practice it and use it and apply it. So, and the same thing with the arts. I believe the same thing with music. Music is inherent in all of us as human beings. It's our birthright. And it's a matter of, so as a music educator and a mindfulness educator, it's a matter of bringing these threads out in people. And if people feel that, oh, I'm not very mindful, I'm not very present, or I'm not very musical, I believe that those things have actually, that those people are actually not as in touch with those things that are inside of them already. It's just a matter of helping them to get in touch with those natural capacities. And it may have in fact been trained out of them, because they've been trained to think and do and be in a different way. Our school system for many, many years has traditionally been focused on teaching young people ways to understand their external and observable world. So the world outside of their own body. So whether it's, reading, writing, math, science, observing the natural world, social studies, our structures in our society, all of these external things, which are important in society, and they all have their place. However, what's also important, what we're also tuning into now, is getting in touch with our internal reality and getting in touch with what's going on inside of us. So our internal world, our experience of emotions, our experience of thoughts, our experience of different ways of being, our beingness. So this adds another dimension to learning, which is so important. And we might say that thousands of years ago, traditional cultures on the planet did have quite a good sense of these things and passing them on to the next generation through stories, through songs. And then our modern world, we've taken a bit of a detour from those learnings and teachings and understanding of what's going on inside of the human being, which modern scientific discovery has shown us it's equally important, the subjectivity, what's going on inside, as the objective world, what's going on we can observe with our eyes outside of us. Both of those things interact together. And that's quantum physics, but that's another story. So it's such an exciting time in the world right now, because we're realizing that when we get in touch with what's going on inside of us, it can have a huge impact on the way we relate with the external world, with other people, with our ecosystem, with our society. And this is how we can progress. This is how we can change, by getting those two things back into balance, the external and the internal. And this is where creativity, emotional intelligence, all of these things are so important at this time. And I know that in my own life and in the lives of those that I've worked with, mindfulness can be a very powerful tool to start listening to what's going on inside. Because once we do that, then we can really start listening to each other, and then imagine what's possible.